All right, so good afternoon. I'm gonna pan around the room real quick. All right, so good afternoon. My name is David Geigel. I'm going to be going over The Wisdom of Oz. It's a great book. It's for leadership. So what I've learned, so I asked myself, so do you want to ever know the secret route to succeeding in everything you do? Or how to personally be accountable for everything you do? So I asked myself that question. Well, I did. So I wanted to look into finding a great resource that would help me with leading. And I chose The Wisdom of Oz. The authors are Arthur Conner and Tom Smith. They are best known as the Oz Guys. They've published 4 different other books and they've helped businesses internationally create billions of dollars through accountability, through leadership, and fundamental knowledge. So this book is great because it teaches you how to internalize problem solving instead of pointing fingers. It actually has you process it and think, how can I own this? I use this book because it also teaches you how to motivate others by problem solving techniques. So currently I'm a GM in a restaurant. I've led many teams through the years. And my goal is to always create a successful team and hold them accountable and collectively win. So when you have an accountable team, you have a better staff. And as a business owner, you're looking for someone as GM as myself or anyone else that is going to have a successful team, because ultimately a productive, successful team gets you profits and efficiency. So in this presentation, I will discuss the importance of using the tools of the Wisdom of Oz and how to better yourself, and also have your team to achieve a higher level of success. So first of all, the authors of this book actually used the characters from The Wizard of Oz and their weaknesses, each that they had in the movie, to actually develop a concept. How they got through the obstacles and how they overcame their various struggles. So I'm going to now review some of the main points. Point number 1 said, if I only had a. So you have to dream big to get results. So if you have small goals, you're only going to get small results. You have bigger, attainable goals, you're going to have big results. See, a lot of people only focus on what they don't have, rather than finding solutions to fix the problem. By saying, if I only had, you need to change your behavior. So one of my next points is, you can't go back the way you came. And by that means, for example, in The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy couldn't go back home by flying in a tornado. That's just impossible. You can't do that. So you can't go back the way you came. You have to go forward. So you got to find a solution to use. So whenever you have a challenge, you need to find a solution to get around it. So you can't fix those problems without solutions, and don't repeat the same mistakes of the past. So there's a couple tiers I'm about to go over, and this also follows into each character of the story. So lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. It's one of the funny lines that they had in the story. So there's always going to be obstacles, right? So you want to view obstacles as a success to grow or an opportunity to learn. Not just, hey, it's an obstacle, it's going to be a really hard time, I'm not sure how to handle this. Make it a learning opportunity. So one of the 4 points that they go over in here is called see it, see the problem, own the problem, do it. Solve the problem, and then actually do the action. So now I'm going to go over the Cowardly Lion, which is the see it aspect. So you need to see the problem. You never deny it, and you try not to avoid it. And you have to have the courage to complete your task, or actually to lead. So you got to find it and be able to lead it. So part of the next characters is the Tin Man, and that's the owning it aspect. So that's to find the problem, how to own it, and how to be a leader. Then to the Scarecrow. So having wisdom to solve problems and using your resources. So that's the solve it aspect. This is all different little aspects of the book itself by character. And then Dorothy was to do it. So she had everybody collectively, and then she had a solution. So she exercised her solution to resolve the problem. And then you have the power and the leadership tools to achieve your goals. After you've solved it, then you do it. And then you can attain them. So now that I've talked about the knowledge I've gained from the Wisdom of Oz, I'd like to recap some takeaway points. So one was find solutions. You got to find solutions before you can take care of a challenge or problem or pretty much any concern. Don't continue with the same mistakes. Doing the same thing over and over again, you're not going to get the result you're looking for. There's always going to be hiccups. Stay positive and be encouraged. This is for self to internalize and or your team you're working with. They may fall down. You want to support them and bring them up. You have to have courage to be a leader. Sometimes the hardest thing for people to do is lead. Leading, you have to break out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to take that next step. You have to be willing to go to the next level. Look for the next thing. Find out resources. Have the courage to find a resolution and not just pass it off. And number 5, own the problem as a leader. And then use your wisdom and resources. So collectively, in your team or through your resources, you have a larger amount of knowledge that you can use. So you want to use that knowledge base to help you solve that problem. So don't feel you can take it all yourself. You want to use it as a group. And then spread your power and knowledge. And then finally, the see it, own it, solve it, and do it. Those are very, 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 very good tools. Very simple words that you can yourself use to solve any problem or someone that's struggling with something. By identification, finding a resolution, and how to apply it, and how to finish it. So all in all, I believe that the Wisdom of Oz has helped me be successful in business, will help me be successful in business as I lead. And I believe this book gave me the secret route of succeeding in everything that I personally do. And thank you.
Hey, amen. Can I get amen?